Right, I have in my hands here a package from CEX. It's a Nintendo Switch game, it's a super rare title, and it fetches for over £100. Now, I know it looks like it's open. That's because I wanted to check it was the right package before we did this episode of CEX Roulette, because it could have been another game and that would have been a complete waste of time. So all I've looked at is the invoice. I haven't actually opened up the condition of the game. You're probably thinking, what are these games up behind here? Well, these are some examples of some of the more pricier high-end games. There's only about half a dozen games for Nintendo Switch at the moment, which fetch for around £100 or more. Lovers in Dangerous Space Time slipped just underneath that. That used to go for about £140 until limited run games brought out a version. Then a lot of people cashed these in, made it more available. There was a lot more quantities in circulation for second hand, so the price of this came down. Sally Face didn't used to be an expensive game. Now that's creeped up to the £100 mark. I think it's currently out of stock. There used to be a game called Yomawari, the Long Night Collection, which was way over triple figures. And then something's happened. I'm going to do another episode on that because that's tanked down to £35. Worms has gone silly money. This is like out of stock, about 180, I think. Stupid money. Snake Pass, that used to be always out of stock and well over £100. And that's only just over £100 now. I'm not sure if it's in stock. Darkwood used to only be a £60, £70 title. This is about £90, £100 now and never in stock. So these are the more high-end games. There are a couple of others. I put them on the screen. I have done videos about this previously. I put a thumbnail up for those as well. I think it was Binary Wars. There's like a shoot 'em up. But I already owned it digitally and it wasn't my favourite game. So I had it on the eShop, so I didn't see the point in buying it. So anyway, that's those games. We're going to move on to this one. You're probably thinking, how can we do CEX Roulette with a Switch game? Well, I'll tell you how. A lot of people think CEX Roulette is kind of dead, which I guess it kind of is with CEX, because they've now managed to price things differently for whether they've got a manual or not. So now you're just judging on condition. And with a Switch game, obviously, it's this lovely hard plastic. So you're probably thinking, how can we do this? Well, with super rare games, you get a manual and some trading cards. Now, I've traded in the game myself recently, just this last week in my local CEX in town. I traded in a super rare Nintendo Switch game without the cards and without the booklet, and you don't get knocked any money on it. So you can trade these games in without those bits, and it doesn't say whether it's got a manual or not. CEX haven't sort of clocked onto that super rare games come with a manual and come with the cards. And if they are, they're not too bothered to list it. Hasn't affected the prices yet. At some point it will, because this game here, you'll see it in a second. This game, there's only a few in stock, and it doesn't seem to be any more, and it sort of goes out of stock, back in stock. So I've got a funny feeling it's the same few games. They probably are incomplete. To be honest with you, I'm not bothered about trading cards. Like early doors, when I didn't really know how much of a big thing super rare was, the first sort of half a dozen titles I got, I was opening the cards. I don't even know what I've done with them. Now I try and keep them together in their actual respective boxes. I know some people collect them, not really my thing. But I'll be happy today just to have the manual. If it hasn't got the manual, I'll try and take it back. I've sat on this package for well over a week because we've been away with the family. So I might not be able to take it back. And the reason for returning it, I don't know whether it stands. Like, can I just say the manual's missing? I guess I probably can. So you can do that with any other retro game, but this is modern. So I don't know the rules on it. But anyway, without further ado, so look at that. Lovely bit of branding from CEX. You normally see protection, don't you? The sort of eco bubble wrap, but I guess you don't need to because it is just hard plastic. So there's literally not much to that. That's literally the packaging. So the game is Shelter Generations. So that's what the game looks like and plays like. There's already, feels like there's a little tear. Oh, that's old sticker residue. I'll have to have a look at that closely, see if there is a tear in that. Because obviously if this is an expensive game, that's going to keep going up. Prices do fluctuate, so it could tank, like Yomawari did, and a bit like Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time did. But I wonder, with Lovers in Dangerous Space Time, with super rare copies, if we talk about this for a second, this used to be very expensive. It's dropped down because Limited Run brought out a version of it physically. But at some point, once CEX realised there's a super rare print and a limited run print, I wonder whether that will affect it and the original earlier prints like these will become even more valuable. This is all speculation. So it feels light. It feels light. I missed out on this game. It's a lot of money. I only paid about 30 quid for it. I traded in a couple of Xbox that I got at car boot sales. Well, I've probably paid 50 quid. So I probably paid a tenner an Xbox and I traded them both in and got about 70 quid for a couple of Xboxes discounted or whatever. So I probably spent 20 quid to trade in for those, and then I added some money on top. So I've probably paid what this was originally. If you buy a super rare game from a release, it's about 35 quid, and then you add on taxes and shipping, it's about 40, 45 pound like a normal game. Now I do miss the odd game. I keep an eye on what games they have, and they're not always for me. Sometimes I'll buy them to make sure I don't miss them. I'll buy them in like a package of 3 where you can buy this game, the game they announced, and 2 blind ones, you don't know what's coming next. And sometimes I end up selling them. Like I've just sold a copy of Horace, it weren't for me. That was a game I've literally just traded in. So this game, I did like the look of it, and it was like 30 quid on the eShop at the time. This is how much it is right now on the eShop. I think you can get it for about £25. I definitely knew it was one I wanted to play and wanted to have. It was always sort of £90. I thought I'd wait for it to come back in stock to get it. By the time it came back in stock, they picked it up to £110. There's only a couple, so I thought, do you know what, with the vouchers, I'm happy to pay for that. So, what a strange, wasn't expecting that. So not only is the manual not there, the cards are there, but they're loose. Not in the packaging. I'm kind of, I'd rather it was the other way around. I might actually try and see. I might do that actually. I've got some vouchers currently because I traded in some stuff. I haven't got that much though. I've got about £70 in vouchers. That's a shame. I was hoping just for the manual. Well, let me know, guys. Does this one not have a manual? I'm assuming it does. It's not just the cards. If I need to do some research, I should have done that before this video. If it is just those cards, I don't really care about the cards. I mean, what is it? Look. Frog. Alright. I don't know, guys. Obviously, am I missing a trick? Why do people collect these? And normally, free. Is there normally free? I suppose that's about right. It's probably 3 or 4. Yeah, there's no manual. It's weird that they decided, if someone decided to keep the manual and sell it separately, but keep the cards. Maybe it's because they opened them, so no one wants to buy loose cards, so they thought I would chuck that in there. That might be to happen. Generally, I always trade them all incomplete. I'm not too bothered. But with the last one, I thought, you know what, I could probably keep hold of them and someone might want them for a loose card. But yeah, bit disappointed. Let me know, guys. What do you reckon? Have you played Shelter Generations? Is it a good game? Let me know in the comments. Have you got this game? Is there more than 3 cards? And is there a booklet? If there's no booklet, then I'm happy with that. Bosh, we'll stick them in there. But yeah, that was just a little quick video, guys. See, CEX Roulette is not dead. It is alive, well and kicking. See you soon. Make sure you hit that like button, comment and subscribe. Cheers. Bye.